Hello brethren and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, I am the one and only infamous Kentucky Yankee without a doubt. Today's video is going to be a montage of an 11 series videos I have on a 1972 T500 Suzuki Titan. Reason for that is because some of you might not want to watch all 11 videos, or some of you may stumble on this video and decide, well, I would like to watch the 11 videos. One thing I'd like to do before we get started is thank everybody in the Suzuki groups, in the two-stroke groups and forums for helping me out on this project and staying with me, watching the videos, and for all of your support. I also wanted to say I'll no longer be able to post on those Facebook groups and sites unless I get another two-stroke bike or another Suzuki bike that fits your Facebook group. So if you're like me and you like all different kinds of vintage motorcycles, consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell so you can keep up with what I'm doing here. I love all different kinds of motorcycles and I also have an old truck I'm going to be putting a turbocharger on, hopefully here in the near future. So again, special thanks to everyone who helped me out on this project. It's been a lot of fun and it is time to move on. Hope you guys enjoy this video and we'll get started on the next project. I'm headed to Georgia right now, but not for Vidalia onions or peaches. So this is just a sneak preview, and I do apologize for not being a ball of fire, but I'm a little jet lagged. So check it out. It is a 500. There it is, whammo. There's the rest of the bike, or most of the rest of it. Good morning, and it couldn't get much better than this. What you're looking at is a Suzuki T500 two-stroke street bike. See there? She's smooth, bearings feel smooth, just a little bit of surface rust in the cylinders. 19,245 miles. Parts pile that came with it. It's finally taking place. Our T500 is sitting here lifeless on the table. Although it's going to be a challenge, I believe we can resurrect this mighty Titan. Our Titan is going to need love and care that only I can provide for her. Ah! Wow! They are pros pretty good. They're Makunis. Ah! A old mouse nest in there or something. So there's our power plant on the bench. Now the work begins. We'll have to start tearing her down and see what kind of shape she's in. Upside down she is now, sitting on the cylinders. Check that out, there's a broken stud in my, look, a broken exhaust stud in my cylinder. Stupid broken stud! I believe it's time now. I'll smack it and see what happens. Oh, that was silicone holding that thing on. Rusty studs is what was holding this cylinder on. Now you can see the reason for the complete teardown. These seals right here need to be replaced. There's 4 of them, I think, on the crankshaft. One of our pistons is damaged, so we may have to bore the cylinder and put new piston and rings in it. This is the before picture after being in the parts washer for about 2 hours. Now it's time for all these scungy, dirty, filthy parts to go in the parts washer, and we'll have a look at them when they come out. Nice new clean cardboard and clean parts on top of it. Let's get these carburetors apart so I can start ordering a kit if it needs it, or see how bad they are, what we need inside of there. This turns the fuel. That's brittle. Look at that. Holy crap, holy. Wow. In the chem dip, these carburetors will go. Spring is almost here. This morning, I was making a little video on the T500 nasty Gapalicious Titan when I heard my message thing go off, bing, and I received a picture of my vapor blasted engine parts. Wow. Look at that. Look at how clean and beautiful these parts look now. They almost look painted. These parts are not painted. they're vapor blasted. I'm at Max's house. We have the crankshaft on. This is called a bench center. That's how you get your measurement. Now we're just going to use this press to push it out. Oh, shoot.
That's right now.
That's it. Hey, I did it. Absolutely perfect. Now let me turn the camera off and we'll discuss this. Now, looks good. I believe we are within 1/1000th of an inch. So there's 5th, there's 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Oh, that's it won't hurt a thing. It's an oil party here, and that's kind of what we want anyways. And again, this cylinder is coated with oil, like Major. I noticed a little situation here we need to take care of. This hole right here, look at that. The bolt drops right into it. Aluminum's nice for this because, you know, it cuts easy, but the reason it's stripped is because it's aluminum. Nobody put inserts in it to start with. And we'll just screw around in there. See there? Look how nice that thing turns now. That's beautiful. Whoop! Dropped it. So there you can see our brand new nice threads inside of there. Steel inserts. Let's see how our bolt does in there. Oh, that's nice. For me, a steel gasket and copper coat go together like a hand in a glove. This copper coat will get tacky. That's how you know it's time to put it on. This needs to be perfectly clean and dry, both surfaces, the head and the cylinder. Line her up perfectly here. There's 25 foot-pounds. These smaller bolts, it's supposed to be 14.5 foot-pounds. All of these discs have been cleaned up. I'm gonna start with a steel and then a friction. Back and forth you go until you have them all in the basket. I don't like using an impact on stuff like this. This is delicate stuff. Aluminum threads, springs, all this is delicate. Time now for this cover right here. I've been doing a little polishing on it. My new shifter is from a later model, and look, it doesn't have the splines there anymore. It's just, that's how it is now. The later models were like that. They stopped using the splines, and if you guys remember the little rubber cover over it, gone. Don't need it. Brand new stainless steel shiny hex head bolts for our side covers. Instruction says to use a little anti-seize on the threads. I won't be doing that. This is grease. I guess I'm probably the only person on the internet or in the world who hates anti-seize. I don't think I'm not using it. And I went to clean up this loom or conduit, wiring conduit, and I cracked her open. And look what I found. Ugly mess inside of there. Look at that. Somebody, what on earth have you people done to my motorbike? What is this? You know what this is? This is a misfire. This is what this is. This is me going down the road smiling all happy and being all, you know, cheerful, and then the thing starts missing. Ta 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 ta. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? This right here, that's what's wrong with it. I shall repair all this mess and we will carry on. And still more issues looking here. That thing's been rubbing against the stator. Imagine how it was running. Setting up the ignition timing and points gap at the same time, basically. I'm gonna turn this. That buzzing noise you're hearing is my own meter. And watch closely in this hole right here. As soon as that line lines up, the noise goes away because the points are just starting to open. This set right here. Here is a pile of parts that have come in for this bike. So we're getting close. Things are almost done. Hi, Brownlee. You're supposed to say, how you?
What am I supposed to say?
What about you?
Hello? He'll get it fixed up, but he still gotta fix my monkey.
First, the mortal sin. Look at here. Some yee redneck or something has welded a fitting onto that fuel tank right there at the end of those threads instead of just purchasing the right petcock. So I trimmed down my bung to fit, tapered it just a little bit, and I flattened the tank. It's gonna fit right there. There's our hole, cleaned up the area. You see what's going on here. I'm gonna weld it up. Told you I'd show it to you whether it was good or bad, and there it is, pretty bad. I need to mention this, a sure way to screw up is just to get in a hurry, and that's what I did. I should have just slowed down, took my time. It's a little windy outside, and you know what that does to a welder. It puts a bunch of holes in it. I should have brought the thing inside. All these little things I could have done to avoid this mess. So slow down, take your time, and do it right, and then you don't have to do it twice like I'm going to have to. Here's the finished product. What do you guys think? Yeah, it looks bad. I know it looks bad. That's all right. I did go over this with JB Weld, not because it leaks. It did not leak. But, you know, if there happened to be some little pinhole or something, I don't want to deal with it. So I just put JB Weld over it for now. I did notice this tank was repaired in other places after I got to looking at it closer. Up here, the last spot I just showed you too. Time now to rebuild the heart of this engine, the oil pump. This will only go on one way, where the cable goes towards the back of the engine. Now let's talk about these oil lines. This is an urgent matter, guys. If someone out there is working on one of these for the first time and don't know about these things, I'm going to give you a little advice. A little help, if you will, so to speak. The mistake I made was trying to clean these with compressed air. When you go to try and purchase these lines, you think, well, just get on eBay and get some. You won't find any. And if you do, they'll be junk and they'll be trying to get gold prices for them, I guess. Nobody wants to let them go for a reasonable price. So what I ended up doing is right here, I bought a motorcycle that had them on them. There's a closer look at the lines right there. No covers or anything like that is going on until after we fire it up. Make sure everything's working okay and that there's no leaks. Here's our oil tank. I cleaned it up on the inside, but this valve also needs to be cleaned. I guess I should have polished up my chrome. That would look really good right there, wouldn't it? That side cover was polished up. $1,200 cc's of oil. It's supposed to hold more if you put an oil dam or something in there in the crankcase. You're supposed to do an update that I did not do. There she goes. I hope you're seeing that. This oil, there it goes, look. Awesome. So that's getting it into the pump. From there, we got to get it into these other lines. Background noise as normal, rain. I've got a funnel here. I taped my cable to it, poured some bar and chain oil in it for a chainsaw. Let it sit overnight, and it dripped out of that cable there. So it's ready to go. That's the clutch cable. It's working good. Our mighty Titan is going to require fuel and a lot of it, so this pile of carburetor parts will need to be assembled and put onto the bike. Carbs are installed. Bought a brand new throttle cable just because I didn't want to have any trouble with the oiler and stuff, and got her all hooked up. So what I did here, you have to synchronize all the cables. Easy enough. Right here, and then there's an adjustment on the oil pump. All right, our air filter stuff, this is brand new because this one was all cracked up and junk. Very expensive, like 90 bucks. This air filter, same. I mean, there's $200 worth of air filters and rubber here. Not what you want to see, but pretty common. A lot of wires are chewed up in here. Mouser's been in there. Butt connectors. Catastrophe right here. All the wiring now has been repaired. Here's a so we got a horn. It's high and low beam. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Ah, so that works. That's good. See, the gauges are lit up. All right, turn signals. This bulb will load up that flasher. And because I don't have turn signals, so we'll just try it and see what happens. Left. Oh, there we go. Key on. Here we go. Oh, lots of spark. Wow, cool. It's been about 6 months since I took this tank off. Maybe more than that. This is first startup. I'll just put maybe half a gallon and then we can mix some straight gas in it if everything's working. Go from there. There's our left side header bolts and header. There's our right side bolts and header. And our mufflers are installed. Give her a kick. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna change the spark plug wires over just for a kick or two to see if I have mine backwards or if I timed the wrong cylinders backwards or whatever. I was afraid of that. When I timed it, I must not have timed, the right and left cylinders correct. So swapping the spark plug wires, that's all I need to do. Here is the mouse-eating seat. I took the cover off so it could be redone. I'd like to find some new foam for it too. And the metal underneath it needs some work, so I'm gonna take care of that hopefully before I get the seat cover back. I have just thrusted you, brethren, into the middle of this seat repair. I didn't record anything up till now. This seat was very rusty. You can see all the holes in the seat and the metal pan. That's excessive amount right there, I think. It is now the next day, and this thing, look at it, very messy. But the good part about this deal is, look, it gets so hard, and I mean, this is on there. This works so good, it's so strong, but it really made a nasty mess. Here's a brand new seat foam. Look at that. Seems to fit pretty decent. So there you have it, my white seat cover completed and installed on my little motorbike. Got a couple brand new Michelin tires here and tubes to go with them and rim guards. Straight on shot of the back wheel for you. Now I'll give her a spin. There we go. And hopefully you can see that we got a problem. we have an issue with this wheel. It was nice, clean, you know, decent, clean chrome. I thought it was a nice wheel, but we have problems with it. Here's a closer look at the issue we're having. I have a dial indicator on the wheel. That's how I true the wheels up. So the side-to-side motion, I got pretty straight, decent. You know, it's not perfect because I decided I'd give up, and the reason why, side-to-side's pretty good. Up and down, it's got a hop to it. This wheel looks a whole lot straighter. I think it might have just a hair of wobble to it. I'll get it off, get it on the bike, and we'll check it. So here is our junky, rusty wheel. And it's pretty true right now. Nice and straight, a lot better than the other one. Here we go, guys. I owe you one because I rushed through this to get it together so I could go for a ride. It has no brakes. I have to order some. I got the chain on. I greased it up with gear oil. I mean, just rushed through this film so that I could take it for its first ride. I want to see if all the gears and stuff work. And I hate to rush through it like this, but I have to. I have no other choice. So here we go.
No brake.
I forgot to take this nut off right here. It's got a pin and then a nut. I got the pin out. I better get the nut off so we can get this wheel off. Apparently somebody has jumped this motorcycle off of a cliff somewhere because both wheels, if you'll remember, the back wheel had a big flat spot in it, and so does this one. this front one. I guess this is Evel Knievel's old bike or something. Look at this thing. These front shoes actually aren't as bad as I thought they were, but since I have new ones, I suppose I'll throw them on there. Old brakes have asbestos, so you don't want to breathe that. It causes cancer, so be careful of that kind of stuff, guys. There are the back indicators installed. Check out these front ones, new old stock, and don't you know they cost a pretty penny. This is what happens when the government gives out stimulus checks. Key on, switch on, there we go, and that is the left turn front, left turn rear. We even have a little gauge light there, see, blinking. So this lens here, this cover, look, it's loose. It actually will come off of there. I'm gonna clean this all up, this glass real nice, or plexiglass, and I'm gonna have to glue this part back onto the gauges, and all these lights and stuff need to be gone through and checked out. Some work, some don't. Our tack has been repaired. I just used JB Weld on the back here to seal it up, you know, hold it together, and I'll just cut these off. I use zip ties to hold it tight because there's a rubber gasket there, so that kept it squeezed tight until she cured out. And look how nice and pretty our glass is now. Woo! All cleaned up. Gauges are back on. Let's turn the key on. There we go. And we'll test everything. Look at there, lights are on. They're lit up. And high beam. Nope, that's a left turn, look. That's working. Right turn, that's working. Let's see. High. That's popped on. Low beam, high beam. Through my ignorance, I just didn't adjust the neutral switch right, but it is now. I'll show you guys it's working. Can you see it? I'm just holding the camera up there for you. I'm sure you can see the green light. That was the wrong way to do this. This was seized up in that aluminum, kind of corroded, rusted in there, and I messed up my bolt. It's a good thing that I have another one. I need to start taking my own advice. Do not get in a hurry. That bolt could have easily been saved. Seven and a half ounces of 30 weight per side. Absolutely a perfect fit on this side. Let's try the other side now. That worked out perfect. It's just the right amount of clearance between the pipe and the kickstand. So I'm happy with that, and it looks really good in my opinion. I love these pipes. I think they're awesome, and I think they're going to perform as good as they look. We'll find out. That's what's next. It's time, guys. Time to fire this thing up and listen to it. Now I would like to share the last moments I had riding on this motorbike with you people. I love to listen to it start, so I thought you guys maybe love to listen to it start and run too. So here we go. I warmed it up a little bit so that we could just rip after we start it. There she is. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice the way it fires up? Listen to her. That's you know, this is a nifty little piece of kit, this. There she goes. Woo, what a smooth motorbike. That's second gear. Second gear just gets it, man. It is unbelievable, the pull you feel in second gear. Here's some rocks. Here, look here. Ah! It's crazy. It's like turbocharger, supercharged. Second gear, look, we're going up a hill. Watch here. Feel her back. Woo! She's wanting to pull the front wheel up. I'm not kidding you. This thing is wanting to pull the front wheel up when you shift it into second, gouge it. Boop, 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 boop. I like that. I like it a lot. Woohoo! Ha! It will light you up. This thing is just too much fun, man. Gosh, it's cool. Woohoo! Ripping! I am flying, dudes. 80 miles an hour in third gear? What the? Look, I was a little shaky, but now I'm not. Went over a bump. Oh, oh. I like that. Love this thing. Oh, there's a farmer looking at me. He's like, who's this idiot who's always going by my house ripping around on old smoky motorbikes? I'll tell you who it is. It is the one and only, the infamous Kentucky Yankee, without a doubt. Get it? When it hits that power band, it's just like, whoop. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait for it. Wait for it. Pop! Pin your ears back. You know what I mean? I like my ears to be pinned back. Oh, I like my ears to be pinned back. What's first? I just pulled a wheelie! What? You can't do that, Benny. Hey, you can hate me if you want. You can hate the Kentucky Yankee if you want, but why would you? I'm your brother. We are brethren, you and I. Ladies and gentlemen. Look at this idiot going down the road with no hands on his motorbike. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, who in back of us? Who in back of Benny? Nobody. Man, this thing is so awesome. Want to hear the horn? Now let's just get it. Yahoo! Ah! The power of this mofo. Would it do 140? Yep, it would. I honestly believe it would. Am I gonna do 140? No. No, sir. Don't do that! Do not downshift like that. You're gonna tear up your motorbike. I know. Everybody just calm down. Relax. Uh-oh. Turn, bridge, up, hole in the ground. This thing's so awesome. This bike. Bring, ding, 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 bang, ding, ding, bong. That's what two-stroking's all about. Bang, bang, dong, bang, dong. Look here's first. Wait a minute, this is a hill. We can do a wheelie. Nah, quite. But I put my best effort into it. I put my best wheel forward. I put my best wheel forward.
Man, get it! Just a curve ahead. I gotta slow her down. Man, this thing will fly. Did you see that? I almost hit that bird. Hey, that reminds me. I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to see if this bird will fly. Guess what? It does. You know why? Because we were just flying with our bird people.
That's going to be it for this one, guys. This is an awesome motorcycle. A 500 two-stroker. Everyone needs to experience one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hey, you want a nice clear? You guys want a nice clear sound of the engine? Why not? Why don't I give it to you? Look here, I'll take this out and put you up to the exhaust so you can really hear it. You guys will like this.